What's up, everybody? Hey. If you guys want to play, please join in. I've got some slots open. We're playing Tekken 7. Right now we're playing Tekken 7. In about an hour and a half, we'll play some Street Fighter 5. I have Tekken on the PS3. If anybody would like to join. Hey, yo, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a good time. So, yeah, I'll have to tell you guys. I'll have to tell you guys my whole Evo story. My whole Evo story. I hope some of my buddies can make it in here. If not, like I said, it's an open, endless battle. Let me see here. Try to get some more of my buddies in here. But, oh my god, yeah. So, okay, so I flew into Vegas that Thursday. I worked a full day on Thursday, and then I took off. I had all my stuff packed before, had it in my car when I was at work. Took off to the airport and just parked the car in the regular old airport parking lot. And I got a direct flight to Las Vegas, which took about 4.5 hours. And when I landed in Vegas, it was about 6 o'clock. If anybody wants to join in, please do. Please feel free to join the room. This is what happens. I make these Tekken rooms, and then nobody joins. But so I got there before my two buddies that I was rooming with, who are from Los Angeles area. And for them to drive in, it would take about 5 hours. So I got there first, got the room all settled and everything, went to the room, unpacked a little bit, and they were late. We were supposed to be there around the same time, but ironically, as they were driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, here we go. As they were, oh geez, the Grandmaster. Okay. So as they were driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, there was a 10-mile radius that was blocked off by the police because there were, I guess, 2 guys that were robbers or whatever. They were doing a shoot-off with the police, and there was even a helicopter involved. There was even a helicopter that was involved, and somehow my buddies were stuck in the traffic jam of this 10-mile radius. The robbers ended up getting away anyways. I don't know how that could happen, with a helicopter no less. But they got away. My buddies came in. One of them had to shoot off and meet up with some people real quick to get something to eat. My other buddy and I, Paul, who's a Vega player around the Wednesday Night Fights area, he was like, hey, you know, let's just walk around, grab something to eat. I said, okay. Oh, wow. So, ironically, everybody thinks Vegas is a really cheap place. But the truth is that those casinos rip you off so much. They're so expensive. And it was getting to the point where it was so late that we couldn't eat in any of the restaurants. And there was a place that was open at the time. Oh, that's a nice outfit for her. There was a place that was open at the time. Oh, thought I could get her. Oh man, should I throw her? Ah, lost. So we ended up getting these fruit salads, which were only like $6. Nice. About $6 each. Whoops. Nice. Oh, I got caught. Ooh. Oh shit, she got me. Oh god, I thought I had her. Hit her once. Oh, thank god. Okay. $6 fruit salads. Shit. God, now he's gonna go nuts. Shit. Ooh. Oh man. Oh! Oh, I was trying to use my super. That did not work. Nice. Hit her. Nice. Oh, God. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. I'm too far away. Ugh! Bam. Anyways, and we got these. I've been talking about these fruit salads for like 10 minutes. Oh, good, good, okay. Got these fruit salads. It was good. It was one of the only good things that they had that was like a deal there. When you're staying in the hotel that the actual tournament is held in, then you can see a whole lot more people that are just sort of milling around than if you're in, obviously, another hotel that might be cheaper, but, you know. So got to catch up with a lot of people and everything. Stayed up walking around for a while, and then went back to the room and went to sleep. The rooms at Mandalay Bay are gorgeous. Very, very clean. And we just got a basic room. It was very clean. It had tons of electrical outlets. You know, you didn't have to worry about, oh man, they don't have enough electrical outlets. They had a lot of them. They had all different types of plugs and everything for all your different, you know, if you needed to charge all kinds of different things. The bathroom was amazing. They had 2 sinks, a huge mirror, tons of lights, a really nice shower, and they had a separate bathtub, and then the toilet was actually in its own little separate private room. Very, very clean and up to date, you know. What else? They had 2 closets. You know, a chair, a nice big screen, you know, wall TV, which we didn't use at all, you know. And, yeah, so it was pretty good. You know, and then obviously downstairs there were a lot of restaurants and stuff. A lot of them were good, but overpriced. And they had one place that had, like I said, it was like you could buy things a la carte. And then you could take it and eat it at a bar there, or you could take it out. It was a little cheaper. And they had an area that was all sort of like the inside of a mall, where it was like you could get Chinese or you could get Subway. But here's how they get you. The Subway was open 24 hours, but the Subway, for a sandwich, it was like $13. So they get you on the prices, you know. But let me see here. So the next day was Street Fighter Day, which would have been Friday. And I had woken up early to, oh, that's a good combo. I had woken up early to review my notes for Street Fighter. And after going over everything, got ready because my competition time was right before I had to go commentate. So I just basically got ready for commentary, and I went down, you know, dressed up and everything, and then I went down and I played, and I was playing against this one Alex player, and something really interesting had happened. I was in the corner as Vega, and we both had about, I think we both had about 25% life left. And he was just far enough away. And I went and I threw out the rose. And here, I went and threw out the rose. And the rose hit him. The rose hit him, and he was just starting to go forward to follow through with the rose. And he did a sweep, and the sweep had priority. And I was like, what? And everybody behind me was just like, what the heck? And then I just totally mentally lost it. I mentally lost it. And then, of course, he did like a command grab. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even. It was wild. Like, I could not get over that. On top of the fact, I was really nervous. I had I had to commentate in front of all those people and everything, but I was like, oh my god, the rose. What happened with the rose, you know? That's why you always have to combo into that thing. I never do. I always figure, all right, I'm going to try to throw out a roundhouse, and then I'm going to throw the rose. Clearly, I didn't do that, because the startup on the roundhouse takes a long time. I would have gotten bopped out. So I mashed out the rose, and then I got punished for it. But anyways, so pretty much right after that, I went walking around and everything, and there was in the front of the, I always call it a ballroom, but I guess it's the convention center. In the front of the Evo Convention Center was a whole bunch of booths. The booths were from different developers, the booths were from artists, and what else? Whoops. Yeah. This guy's going ham. Wow, that did not work out at all. Where's my 314? No. 314. Round 2. Fight. Wait a minute. I can't talk and play Kazuya at the same time because he's like... Oh! Can't. Oh, God! Now I'm getting my ass kicked. Ooh! God. This is too many levels. This is too much shit. Oh, God. Blocked. Oh my lord. That was bad. Round 4. Oh, I ran right into that. Oh. Okay. I know, online Tekken is, it's intense. So, out of all of these booths, artist booths, booths for new games, like, the new Dragon Ball Z game was there. The new Marvel Infinite game was there. And games that they were developing were also there. People that were selling cheaper arcade accessories, you know? So, for example, if you needed to get new Famitsu buttons, or if you just wanted to change, you know, change the color of your layout or whatever it was, Samwa was there. The guys that modded the arcade sticks, they were there. You know, but tons and tons of people. Now, that was the first 15% of the conference itself. Back further was all of the competition and stages and stuff. So all the anime games, the Smash games, 3D Fighters, Injustice, Street Fighter, all of them was going on behind all of this. And one of the booths was the Geico booth. So I went up to the booth because I saw somebody walking around with a little gecko and it had a team jersey on. And I said, hey, where'd you get that? Oh, wow. You've got a mirror match here. So, so where'd you get that gecko? They said, oh, you can get it for free over at the Geico booth. I said, whoa. So I ran over, and I said, hey, you know, can I get one of these geckos? And she said, sure, but you have to put your driver's license into the computer, and you have to give us your telephone number. And right now, I'm pretty happy with what my insurance is. And I said, well, look, I'm going to be commentating on stream. I said, let me have a lizard, and then I'll give you guys a shout out. I'll show the lizard and everything on stream. She didn't believe me. She's like, yeah, okay. She's like, here, just take the lizard. I said, all right. Hey, look at that. Everybody has the frog background. You know, that's awesome. The frogs are the best. So, so I grabbed the frog, and I had all my notes, and in the very back of the convention center was the movie screen drop downs and the stage where the players that were on stream were playing on the stage. And I had to walk behind the movie theater pull downs. And back there, it was almost completely dark. And there were power cords and everything everywhere. And they had a couple of booths set up for the commentators. And it was basically a desk with 2 seats, whatever your background was, a giant light, and 2 monitors for you to watch, you know, what was going on. In front of that setup was a very, very, very long desk full of computer systems, full of monitors, where all of the guys that were actually in charge of the production and the streams and everything were making sure everything was running smoothly. And they didn't have any lights on. The only lights back there were the computer screens. It was amazing. So, so right before I went on, Yipes and Ski Sonic were on, and I was starting to get extremely nervous. And thank God, right as we switched, which there's like a commercial break, there's a period, I got to talk with them, and they really calmed me down a lot. Not hit this guy at all. Oh no, I got you. I was gonna say, yeah, that's like a... Oh, he got me with the hop kick. I thought I was gonna give him a hop kick. So, so after... Shit. This is the first time I ever got to play against a Paul. Wow, just had a reach out. So what was I trying to say? So then, right when they signed off, James and I... Damn. I cannot lie down. He just did the same thing 5 times in a row. Sorry. I'm trying to tell the story. So, right as they signed off, me and James had signed on. And the next thing you know, I had all my notes. I have 1 page of notes per each character. And, what happened? I had them all laid out, and James and I were going over each match, and I was trying to pull out each character's worth of notes. Well, every time, I was really nervous, obviously, so every time I would go down and try to, like, feed off of some of the notes of what was going on and everything, and then I would look up in the screen, I didn't have enough time to really get into the actual commentating itself. I don't know if you guys noticed, but usually, and I think it's because I'm less nervous at some of the other tournaments, but I'm usually a little bit more like into, you know, what's happening. And James said, you know, at the first commercial break, he's like, look, you know, you should just try to wing it, put the notes away, see how it's gonna go. And I said, yeah, you know, but I usually watch what's happening on the stream, and then I refer back and forth to the notes a little bit for some of the more specific data. So I kept the notes, and then at the second commercial break, he said, look, you know, he's like, you just gotta put the notes away. He's like, we're just gonna do it. Just put the notes away. I was like, oh my God. I said, okay, fine. So I put the notes away, and it worked out really well, thank God. It was actually it wasn't as stressful then to keep looking at all the notes and everything, and we did a really good job. And ironically, you know, you guys see that little gecko that I kept holding on the screen. I was holding it more out of stress because I was squeezing the hell out of that little stuffed animal. And when I wasn't squeezing that, I was holding on to James's arm. And I was like squeezing his arm. I was like, oh my God, James, this is so stressful, you know? And, but it was nice knowing that we were in the back, and we didn't have to worry about, you know, necessarily seeing all the people around and everything, which is some tournaments you do see everybody running around and stuff. But I guess it's more knowing that there's that many people online watching was, you know, it was stressful. But we were lucky. It worked out, and it was pretty good. We worked out, and it was pretty good, and I was in shock. And right as it ended, I was really in shock, you know? Oh, whoops, that's the wrong button. So then right after that, I went and ran around for a little bit and, you know, said hi to people and everything. And then after that, I had packed my, I had the Spider-Man costume in my book bag. So I went in the bathroom, changed up and everything, came out, and was going around with some friends. And it was, whoops. Okay. And it was at that time, I was starting to get really tired. So I started to leave, and my friend Marvin was helping to keep things organized and everything there. So he said, hey, you know, Xavier is here. Xavier, WWE Xavier, you know, he's like, he's here. He's having a Windjammers tournament. I said, oh, really? I said, well, I've never played that before. I don't know how to play Windjammers. He goes, oh, you'll like it. You know, it's by Neo Geo, I think, makes Windjammers. So I said, okay. So we got some people to play Windjammers, and Xavier had put up like $200 or $300 for whoever was going to win. So we started playing Windjammer matches. Oh my God, that game is so much fun. I had no clue how hyped that game was. And then while I was playing, my buddy Chris ended up taking a photo, and that's where that crazy photo is of me looking like I'm completely blown away. It was from that. trying to do my uppercut and I can't do it. Oh. Wow, he missed it. Huh? Nope, I can't believe it.
Round 3. Fight.
Huh? Wow, he really takes a lot of damage, doesn't he? Jeez, really.
Round 4. Fight.
Wow, that was supposed to be a throw. Anyways, so, I was really tired, and we were playing Windjammers for a really long time at that point. And, my buddy texted me and said, hey, look, you know, there is a Tekken suite that is open right now. He says, come up to the Tekken suite, you know, just hang around, play some matches and everything, and then, you know, head back to the room later. I said, okay, fine. So I went up to the Tekken suite, which was beautiful. It was this really nice big room, had a living room. They had a streaming setup going on, a whole pile of people in there doing some money matches, a couple of different independent setups going on in different rooms. And they had all kinds of pizza and drinks and like some sort of a vegetable tray and all kinds of stuff. And I got to play against some of my buddies. And we played for probably about an hour or so, an hour and a half. And I said, look, I'm exhausted. I got to go back to the room. So my buddy Tom and I left. And we were taking the elevator down because we were in one part of the casino and our room was actually over in the other part. So we were going down in the elevator, and when I go in the elevator, it was me, my buddy Tom, these two other guys I didn't really recognize, and there was this guy standing in front of me, and I was like, this guy looks really familiar. I don't know who he is, but I sort of recognize him. And I looked at him, and then he looked kind of nervous, and he put his head down, was looking to the side, and he had on kind of like a do-rag and a baseball cap on top, and he had dreads. And I was like, who is this guy? So I went and I got my Spider-Man costume on, you know, a backpack, and I stand next to him and I go, I know who you are. I didn't say it out loud, but it was Flavor Flav. And I looked at him, and he looked at me because he knew that I knew. I said, oh my gosh. And he goes, Spider-Man? I said, yep. I said, wow, I think you're great. He goes, oh, thanks, Spider-Man. I said, well, can I said, I love the stuff that you do. I said, can I get a picture with you? He goes, if you do, it has to be while we are in the elevator and the door's closed. When the doors open up, he goes, and I go out, because he didn't want anyone to know he was there. I said, okay, fine. So I got out my book bag, and of course it's full of stuff. It's full of my commentator dress. It's full of my arcade stick. It's full of all kinds of junk. So I was like, oh my god, I'm digging around in my book bag and stuff, and I pulled out my cell phone, And I gave my book bag to my buddy Tom. I was like, here, you know, try to hold this real quick while I try to take this picture. And we took the picture with Flav. And then right as we were done, he goes, Spider-Man! I was like, oh my god, this is, this is the most awesome thing ever. And as soon as the door opened and there was a pile of people to come into the elevator, he took off, you know? And I was thinking to myself, if you guys ever saw the Flavor of Love TV show, he comes up with all these really goofy names for all the like women that are supposed to date him, you know? I was like, oh man, so is my new name Spider-Man? So my buddy Tom and I ended up going back to the room and getting something to eat and everything, and just basically hanging out for the rest of the night and stuff. And actually, that's something that I forgot to mention. That Thursday night, the night before, Red Bull had rented out a section of the... Boop, that's it. Red Bull had rented out a section of the pool. It was sort of like a private pool where they had it looked like some sort of a little like a hot tub. It looked like an S, and then they had another separate little pool on the other side and its own independent bar, and it was really neat. And by the time my friends and I had gotten there, there was only about 10 minutes left to the party, but it was really neat. It was a really good time from what I could see. But so then what happened? I'm trying to think. Then the next day was Saturday. And on Saturday... What happened on Saturday? Oh, Saturday was, I think it was, the people that had gotten out of pools in Street Fighter had played on Saturday. And that meant my buddy Paul had played. And a lot of other people had played, like Top 64 and everything. Trying to think what happened. I just ended up running around and watching everybody's matches mainly. And then I grabbed my buddy, and I had heard that there was an Elvira machine in the casino. So I had brought my Elvira wig and some Elvira-like dresses, and he had taken a couple pictures of me dressed up like Elvira, and then I ended up changing again real quick, washing all that stuff off my face. And there was the bar fights. Bar fights was in a section of the casino that you had to get a reservation to go in. It was free, but you had to reserve your spot. And it was held by Mike Ross and Gutex, and it was basically like money matches. You can go in there, you could do money matches, and there was an East Coast versus West Coast, 5 versus 5, and that was a lot of fun to watch. And then there was, I think it was Smug versus I'm Still the Daddy, and then my buddies, 2 buddies of mine and me were like, you know, we're really hungry, we're going to go grab something to eat real quick. So we went and grabbed some food, and then, you know, basically after that, it was probably like 3, 4 in the morning, so, you know, everybody goes back to their rooms to go to sleep. Then the next day was finals day. So that Sunday, me and Paul and Tom, we all wanted to go and sort of just walk around some of the other casinos that we didn't get to see that were kind of close by. So around noon, we walked outside from Mandalay Bay all the way down to New York, New York, which means we had to pass the Luxor, which is the pyramid. We had to pass Excalibur, which is a big white castle. We had to pass I think it was like a Tropicana, and then we made it to New York, New York. And when you go inside that casino, it was also casino hotel type of thing. But they tried to make it seem like it was like Madison Square Gardens. And they had the Hershey store in it, which was all Reese's products, Jolly Ranchers, Hershey Kisses, you know, things like that. Basically Nestle products, right? Then they had New York pizza there, and they had a magic shop there, and, you know, of course they had all their casino games and everything, gambling. A bunch of stores that sold stuff that says I love New York. Yeah, all kinds of really cool stuff. And my buddy wanted to get us all lunch, so we all had, you know, pizza, which was really good. And you know, we had all of that, and we figured, well, we're next to the Excalibur, but we're not going to walk outside because it was like 115 degrees outside, so we're just going to take the inside. There's a path to Excalibur, which is that big white castle. And in there, they try to make it seem like it was sort of medieval, but it's, they have all the gambling and everything, but downstairs they have a huge arcade for kids, sort of like Chuck E. Cheese. And we were running around all through there. We were running around all through there, and they went and grabbed some Dairy Queen, and we went to the Luxor. And inside the Luxor, they are remodeling it, so it was real nice. You can tell some of it's still under construction a little bit, but they are building an E-Arena inside the Luxor. So if you guys remember last year, the Red Bull after party, which was after the finals, and they streamed a part of it, that club room in the Luxor is now gone. It is all under construction, and it will be a new E-Arena. We ended up asking some of the staff there when construction was going to be done. And they said even though the building in that area was all blocked off, they did not start breaking ground yet. Wait, we're sinking a long time here. They didn't start breaking ground yet to that area, and they were starting to get a little nervous because the people that had booked competitions there, or people that had invested to try to get it going, were starting to get antsy. So what they're probably going to end up doing, it's supposed to be ready by spring of next year. They have a feeling that it's going to be more early summer, but they are going to probably hire a bunch of contractors and have them do it all at the same time. So get all these guys in there and put it up as fast as they can. Besides, they have all that casino money anyway, so. But they had the blueprints and everything sort of up on the walls. It looked like it was going to be really interesting. It looked like it was going to be almost like some type of an E-League kind of thing. So we went around Luxor, and it's all Egyptian, and went back to Mandalay Bay, which by that time we were all exhausted. Oh, Derek's in here. We were all exhausted and everything, and just went back to the room and hung out, and it was time for the finals to start up. So, oh, it says there's a fight in progress, but I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think it's done. Thank you so much. But I ended up going to the finals, and, oh, looks like I'm stuck too. What's going on here? There we go. So I went to the finals, which was also in Mandalay Bay. The finals were in the same arena that we were in last year. And I got to sit with my buddy who throws Texas Showdown. His name is Javier. And we watched, you know, the finals and everything. And it was just so stressful, you know, seeing all the matches. But I mean, it's also really exciting, but it's just such a stressful kind of thing. And it was just really amazing, you know. Just seeing... It's very emotional. Especially when you know the people that are playing. It gets really tough. Because at the end of the day, you want everybody to win. You know what I mean? You can't have everybody win. And if you're friends with, you know, the people that are on stage and you're thinking, oh God, you know, I don't know. You feel bad cheering for one, not cheering for the other, and you're just like, oh God. But the only thing was this. I felt especially bad for Punk because I wish... Ooh. I wish that he would have waited. I was supposed to do that. Does he still have that move? Oh, I can't do it. Where is it? No. That's it. I wish that he would have waited when the reset happens, because I think he has a 10-minute, if he wants it, he has a 10-minute ability to, you know, he has the ability to wait 10 minutes. Because it's during a reset. And even then... Oh, thank God. And even then,
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, shit. It's not what I wanted. Oh, that's it. I have to hit neutral. Yep. Even then, he has the ability to just sit on the character select screen. Just sit on the character select screen. And I was really close to just... oh my God. All I wanted to do was sit up on my seat. Or stand up. And just scream. Just wait a minute. Just get your thoughts. Calm down. You know, because you could tell he was just really nervous, you know. What you doing, Derek? Oh, it's frozen. But I felt so bad for him. And you could just see he was getting real stressed out. But, you know, but the thing is this. In the end, you know, Taquito really worked hard and he got it. And at the same time, Taquito's also a really, really nice guy. So, shoot. So, I think that, you know, honestly, he could have, oh wow, I'm still in. Taquito could have, you know, taunted, he could have done teabags, he could have done all kinds of things. But, you know, but he kept it clean the whole time. And I have to say, you know, that was really big of him too, you know, to do that. But both of them are really nice guys. If you win Capcom Cup, I gotta read this out loud so I can understand it. If you win Capcom Cup and you get your own Captain Pro Tour costume, would you give Vega costume the Daigo goatee or Ski Sonic's hat? You guys are goofy. I don't know. You know what? My favorite costume, my favorite Vega costume was the summer costume that they came up with in Ultra Street Fighter 4. The one where he's in, it looks like pants that would be khaki pants or seersucker. They're like linen. They're linen pants. And he has a shirt on, and it looks like the snake is going down his clothes. Whoops, I didn't know the range on that's pretty far. Shit. Oh my god, I am just not doing it. Oh, I did it. Man, I cannot. I used to be able to do his uppercuts all the time in Cross Tekken, and now I can't do them at all. I don't understand. What is that, a high or a low? I don't know, because it looks like I'm blocking high, and then all of a sudden, what did she come down with, an overhead or something?
Round 3. Fight.
Can't sidestep that, huh? Nope, there is again. No uppercut. Oh, right as I was doing my thing. Anyways.
You lose.
No, but I mean, I used to do it in Cross Tekken, or not Cross Tekken. I used to do it in Tekken Tag 2. That's it. Electrics. I used to do electrics all the time. All the time. I don't understand why in this one I just can't. It's just not going. Anyways, so after the finals, there was a party. There was a big party Red Bull was having. It was in the same area of Monterey Bay that Twitch had it last year. It was in this club called Light, and it was everybody could come in, and if you had a band on, then I think you could get a couple of free drinks. So they were all Red Bull drinks, Red Bull and vodka. So everybody basically got dressed up, went to this party and got to hang out and everything. And up at the top was the bar. And then straight ahead, it kind of went like a theater. There were a couple, you go down, and there was a couple of seats and everything and tables on reserve. And then on the very bottom was a dance floor. And on the wall ahead of everything were 3 movie theater screens. And you could stream, well, they were streaming video games on these streams, you know, on the screens. And it was really good. It was a lot of fun. And down on the dance floor, everybody was making these big circles. And the guys that actually knew how to break dance were going in and doing all kinds of really cool stuff. Oh, that was a really good combo. Derek's like on fire. So, what happened? So my buddy, Tyson, I said, you have to dance because you're the best dancer that I know. So he gets in there and he starts doing all these crazy moves. You know, he's doing front flips. He's doing back flips. He's spinning on his head. He did a back bend. Okay, he was on his head, puts his arms down, does a back bend, curls himself back like a C so much that the people standing in the circle behind him put their arms out like that, and he put his feet in their hands. It was wild. I had a GoPro, and I have everything. I have bits and pieces of everything recorded on my GoPro. The only thing that I can't figure out is how to connect it all together, and then I'm going to put it on YouTube so everybody can watch it. But I recorded all of his dancing on my GoPro. Oh man, it was really good. Whoop. But yeah, it was amazing. Hey, it was good to meet you too. But anyways, so I'll focus on mainly playing now and talking, you know, and talking back and forth with you guys in the chat. But yeah, but isn't that crazy? It was a really good time. And on the final day, which would have been for me, it would have been Monday, because for me to try to get a cheap direct flight out from Pittsburgh, or from Vegas to Pittsburgh, it was supposed to take off at 5 o'clock. But we ended up getting emails that it was delayed. It was delayed like 4 hours. So my buddy Eric, who is the Flying V, which you guys know from the Chicago Tekken community, he said, hey, I'm shooting out to Caesar's Palace. Why don't you come? And then we're going to go around. He goes, and there is this amazing all-you-can-eat buffet, and we can get in on the lunch deal. I said, sure, that sounds great, you know. So we shoot out to Caesar's Palace, and ran all around the casino, ran all around the stores, got into the buffet, and they actually have a time limit there on the buffet of how long you can stay, which is about 2 hours. Damn it. Wow, why is everything I do so slow? What happened to, I used to have a move that was, there it is. Damn it, there it is again! Oh, I got it. Oh my god. Sorry, Derek. I know, Derek's like just being nice right now. He's trying to play nice. He's just playing patient with me, because this is not, he's just trying to be nice. He saw that, he's like, no, I don't think so. It's like, I'm gonna perfect. Oh, I tried. I hit every single button I could. Oh, I tried to do it and I couldn't. Oh, Oh, he caught me. Shit. Oh, man.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, that's too far. Oh, throw on that. Oh, I kept trying to do my windmill thing. What were we talking about? I totally lost it. Sorry. Evo was amazing. It was a really good time. If you guys can make it there, it's a really, really good time. Just also, I mean, because of the competition and everything else, but if you want to meet up with your friends and have other things to do, it's great. You can go gamble, you can go see a show. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, what you can do is there's just things to see. You can walk around all the casinos. There are cheap places to eat, but you have to walk to them. You know, you have to scout them out. What else? You know, there's just a whole bunch of things to do in Las Vegas. The only thing that can sort of, oh man. The only thing that can sort of be a pain is if, you know, you have to pay for a big ticket, you know, big flight ticket. But like I said, our planes were delayed. I was supposed to get back, ideally, I would have landed back in Pittsburgh at 1 in the morning. Because the planes were delayed so much, I didn't get back here until about 3:34 in the morning. And I had to take my dad to all kinds of different appointments early. So I was like, oh my God. So here I am, and of course I, you know, park in extended parking, which you have to get in a bus to try to get there. And the bus that I was in was on its last leg and wouldn't even switch gears. It was going like in first gear the whole time. And the whole dashboard is flashing and all the instruments are moving back and forth. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be walking with this 48-pound bag to my car. And I got there, and I rushed home, and I tried to get to sleep as soon as I could, and then I woke up and took my dad to all of his different appointments and stuff, and then as soon as I got back home, I just went to bed. I went to bed, and I slept until I had to get up and go to work the next morning. But it's a lot of fun, you know? The only problem about Vegas is this. There's so much going on there. You will... This is my first time playing against the Leo. Whoop. Oh! Got a hair on my chair for some reason. Sure. Someplace. I have to figure out what the rest of that combo is. I don't remember. Shit. Okay, you guys had an hour delay. Yeah, ours was like 3 or 4. It was kind of crazy. But in the end, I tried to, in the end, I just tried to, whoops. Get to the airport a little early anyways. Just because, you know. But anyways, yeah, Vegas will kick your butt. It's just ridiculous in Las Vegas. Because it's so hot. It's so hot, you're around all your friends, you don't want to go to sleep, there's so much going on. You're in a tournament, there's no windows, you never even know how long you've been in there. You're always on your feet. And the next thing you know, realistically speaking, you haven't eaten anything all day. And you're exhausted. And you're up all night long, you know? So, for me, definitely, the heat on top of it just totally destroys me. But it's always worth it. But man, it's tiring. It'll kick you in the butt, definitely. Yeah, you guys gotta go next year. It's a lot of fun. It's a really, really good time. Yeah, you guys would have a really, really good time. And the finals are amazing. You know, to see it in that, like, stadium like that, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. 5 times on the way back, that's too much. Oh my god.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh shit, I screwed it all up. Oh! Oh! Go! Go! I have to stop doing that. I'll start doing the other one instead. Ta. Oh man, I have to figure out how to block those down, those kicks that are going down like that. Shit. See, I'm not going neutral enough is the problem. Wow, he won't do anything, huh? Nothing. Ugh. Japan, I would love to go, not now. Evo Japan should be a really good time. I have never been to Japan. I've heard that it's a really, really good time. My only thing is that it would take so long to fly there, and the next thing you know, you're using up all your vacation time. I don't get very much vacation time. all of the vacation time that I get to use, I have to break apart to try to make it to all the different tournaments we have here. So what happens is that if I have to use a huge chunk of vacation, I won't be able to go to as many tournaments here, you know? So I'm probably going to miss out. We'll see, but it's probably not going to be, you know, so yeah. I don't know what is going to happen when, I don't know what's going to happen when they have it in Japan. That's going to be wild. I don't know. Well, let me put it to you this way. I know Punk definitely took that as a learning experience. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do, you know? I bet it's going to be interesting to see how everybody's going to do. And they're all going to have to take into consideration what, they're all going to have to take into consideration, time zones, you know, and travel. Ooh. Oh, man. This Akuma's really moving. Uh-oh. Looks like he's in a, uh-oh. Ooh. It looks like he's in a samurai outfit.
Round 2. Fight.
It's amazing that they have focus attacks in this game. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, got the gun out. Derek's in his pink camo costume. Oh, wow. She got hit that time. I'm really good. How are you? You know what? After this match, I'm going to be putting in Street Fighter. So if anybody wants to play some Street Fighter, we are going to be having an open endless room in that too. Because I try to do both. Yes. Okay. I am going to put in Street Fighter. I will see you all back here in about 5 seconds. Well, maybe 15. Okay? I will be right back because I have to switch it out and I have to move this thing to Street Fighter. I will see you in a little bit.